Hey guys, it's Kevin from the Wisconsin Rural Folk Society. Hope you enjoyed the video last week. That was a lot of work. It was more of the traveling and making sure things were working right. That was the work. Uh, we had a lot of great thoughts around the campfire, a lot of great discussion. I always have fun hanging out with those two. They're quite a bit older than I am, but they have a lot more experience on a lot of things. But primarily the paganism, you could say, is my thing, and they're kind of learning along with me. They do know their stuff too, don't get me wrong. But I'm the one who started this, and I'm the one who put on the shows. I'm the one who does the events, the bloats, things like that. That was decided early on. So I guess today, one of those things that we actually discussed was spirituality and materialism in today's world. And this came up because we were talking about, people have mentioned membership program, things like that, and we really don't want to go down that road. I guess how the membership for the Rural Folk Society will work is if you are with us and you come to our events, you support us. All right, we'll start, I guess, kind of intercoring a person into us. There's no membership fee. We decided to stay away from that because then it becomes a materialistic value. And that's even if you want to call it a value. We always want to remain spiritual. We want to remain true to the roots. Most things today, everything runs on money, unfortunately. If we were ever to do something like that, then we would lose that spirituality. We would lose that, what we crave so much. And that's what a lot of our people crave. But it's going to be a really fine line too, because we would also like to eventually have an open market of sorts where people can come in and barter and trade items. If they want to outright buy an item, fine. That was even a discussion, because then it becomes more of a carnival or a festival. And they had a good point. We really want to stay away from those things. So maybe we'll have like an open shop event, or open shop or an open market event, that type of thing in the future. If you made it to the end of the last video, you will know that I posted up a message about an event in the month of September, the fall months. I'm going to start calling it the Northern Vale in Wisconsin, because our hunters' rights are very specific. We go out and we do what you guys are seeing. We build camp, build fires, and then we go and search a game. We're not always successful in that, but we would also like to try to open this so more folk can come out and experience nature, but we don't want to drag them out over a mile into swampland and then have to keep track of them. And that place is wilderness. That place you can easily get lost. There's a section in the video towards the end where Mark asked, where do you guys want to go? We're like, well, let's go back to camp because we got a bunch of other chores to do. And then he literally asked, okay, which way do you think camp is? That's how lost and encircled you can become in a forest like that, because we all thought it was actually this way when in fact it was that way. He had a compass, so that's lucky for him, right? He knew where we were, I think, anyway. But we did a big circle, and you can see that going through the cam footage. If you guys want that whole 30 minutes of us tromping around through the swamp, I can do that. I can upload it. I cut it down significantly, and the video last weekend here, or this last week, was almost an hour. And half of that was just us tromping through the swamp. But those are the sorts of things that the younger generation needs to get doing. They need to go out and explore the world. They need to get connected with their roots. Everyone says, well, nature's the connecting way. Well, I don't see very much of that, especially in the more folk community. I've seen a lot go total opposite and like, well, live in the suburbs, that type of deal. Wisconsin's a very beautiful state, and when most people think about Wisconsin, they think corn and they think milk, because a lot of the lower of the state is just dairy farms and cornfields. They don't see things like this because they don't go up that far, I found out. Most of them don't go past Highway 29 or go further more into over Highway 8. And that's where the real forest begins. 29 is kind of like that boundary of no man's land, and then 8 is that like final frontier. And there's a lot of little towns in between, and little stores and shady little places that you can see. Or it would look shady to somebody who's an outsider. So there will be no formal membership into the Rural Folk Society. It is more of coming around, us getting to know you, and then showing up to the events to help. And then maybe eventually we'll develop like a central council out of that, and that's going to be like an all voluntary thing. It wouldn't be something that's like a member rank program or a membership paid program type of deal. We don't want to do that. We've learned our lessons from past experience with such things as well, because then you become a business and you lose that spiritual value, and it becomes more of a materialistic, how much can we make this year because. And a lot of us do this on our time and our own dimes as well. It's like I'm trying to start a business and I was hoping to be up and running by the end of October. That is not going to happen. Some of the tools I had actually broke and I had to send them in for repairs. That's why I'm up so early today, because it's still my day off. And I've been probably over 60, 70 miles just in travel, just to go places today already. And then I decided to see if this place was open and I stopped, and you're getting this video. I'm trying to do it early because I would really just like to go out and hunt this weekend and not really bother too much. I posted last night our trip pictures. Yeah, you're getting this video on a Monday, right? And I also got Polymos 2. So I'll be reading that, and I'm probably going to do my first book review on the first volume of Polymos when I get done rereading that one. That is not the second edition. That is the edition that was translated into English. The Chris Kershaw book on the Mendabundi is going to take a while. That is sections that I need to break down and take notes with. That is a very technical book, and I don't think that's why people talk about it very much. So, once the snow starts falling, you'll probably get some garage videos, to be honest, or in-house study videos. It's not that I don't enjoy being outside in the wintertime. I've actually come to enjoy it a lot. It's just that lugging 50, 60 pounds of camera gear around to do this can be quite difficult. On the last trip, that was my biggest weight, is the camera equipment. You know, that tripod must weigh at least 6, 7, 8 pounds, and I had it strapped to the back of my pack. And I also found out that 2 straps that actually bind my pack together were missing somehow, some way, or they're somewhere. So it was very difficult. In the end, I ended up paracording the pack together, because that way it was easier to carry. It's hard to carry things in your hand and have a backpack on. You can see when we're going through the swamp trail in the video, I was actually struggling a little bit because the pack was just bouncing all over the place. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on this, and that's your video for the week. I'm not sure how long this one's going to be. I still have a full week, so if I see more, of course, I'll start recording. I'm out looking for oak today. I'm out looking for a freshly cut or freshly down tree, because I don't see myself cutting one of these live trees. They're just horrendously huge, and I really don't like cutting live trees to begin with. But associate of ours, he needs oak, and we were not able to find anywhere when we were up there, so I'm gonna exhaust my other sources first, and then if not, I will give locations to some I know, but they're kind of backwoods, so they'll be difficult to get to. But they have to use their own judgment on that because, well, oak's a very heavy wood. Anyways, stay rural, stay heathen, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm up to 62 subs right now. I get to 80. I can port my stuff to Odyssey, I think. We get to 1,000. We can do live streams and things like that. YouTube is a very hostile place. I won't lie about that. It's very hard to cut in because there are so many people. My BitChute account, that seems to be steadily growing, strangely enough. and I actually have to upload the video when I get home to that platform. So that's kind of like one of those things you got to be there and monitor. But I got some computer work to do and some reading and get home, because the weather has just been really, it goes right from dry to wet and wretched. But anyways, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everything you guys have done.